Hello, my name is Oludamini Ogunnaike, and I'm going to be reading some poems from the Book of Clouds. This life's too hard to live sober, so drink and try to die a drunk. For heaven's but a hangover for those who drink from your mouth's cup. And when I miss your lips, I mix love's memories with words in verse, to warm my soul with little sips and cool the sharp pain of my thirst. So pour love's lightning in my heart and grind my bones to gleaming sparks, all dancing like stars on the tides, my life shore's end where your love starts. If you spent your life for a drop, that's cheap. It won't have been in waste. And all your life has been for naught if you die now without a taste. So all I have's a burning heart, fed by tears flowing like the rain. Lips scalded by love's tongues of flame can never taste death's bitter pain. All right, so what is this poem about? What do these first two lines mean? This life's too hard to live sober, so drink and try to die a drunk. This might seem like a weird thing for a Sufi, for a Muslim to be writing about. If you're a pious Muslim, you're not supposed to drink. It was a long tradition of Sufi poetry called khamriyat, precisely about wine and drinking wine. But the wine that they're talking about here is not the stuff that comes from grapes. Rather, it's the divine wine of intoxication with divine love and remembrance of God. And they use this metaphor not only because it's found in the Quran, there's wine in paradise, but also because just like wine changes your perception of things, wine kind of brings you below reason, this wine brings you above reason. And just like wine, when it gets you intoxicated, it's hard for you to tell the difference between yourself and your non-self. When you're intoxicated with the wine of divine love or remembrance of God, the boundaries between self, the world, and God all start to break down in what's called annihilation. And so, for heaven's but a hangover for those who drink from your mouth's cup. Heaven's just a hangover. Heaven's the result of having drunk this wine. Well, in Sufi poetry, sometimes called the wine of alast, the wine of before we were existing, when we were with God. And heaven's just a hangover, a result of having gotten drunk on this wine. What you're interested in is the wine, is the beloved, is God, not not God's neighborhood, not paradise. So that's what's going on with these first two lines. So who's this poem for? Ultimately, this poem's for God. I hope God likes it. I wrote it to God. I hope God likes the poem. It's also, for anybody who's interested in the spiritual life. It's meant to be a kind of encouragement, a kind of solace. Anybody who's trying to make the next day better than the day that came before, that's a hard thing to do. And so knowing that there are other people in this situation, knowing that thinking about this in this kind of metaphorical way, about being in love, about drinking, about these kind of substances, it's a metaphorical way that hopefully will inspire and help you get through the next few days, the next few steps on your path to wherever you're trying to get to. It's been a pleasure sharing my poetry with you. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. The book is called The Book of Clouds, published by Fons Vitae Press. You can find it online at Fons Vitae's website, fonsvitae.com. It's also available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, major booksellers, your local bookstore. Please go support them. Thank you again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.